talking about our enslaved peoples, man. They talking about uh they letting the cat out the bag, actually. They let you know that Lincoln didn't just give us our freedom. They saying that black folks pressed the issue, specifically the leaders of the community, which are black men. Did you have any piece of it?
Mm-hmm.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and let that man play his little sway so we can hear what he had to say.
Fair use, poop tube. Fair use.
The myth is that Lincoln freed the slaves, but Lincoln says in 1860 and 1861, it is a lie and a slander that we have any intention to abolish slavery in the slave colonies of the South, in the slave states of the South. This is just a lie, he says. So why does it happen? Well, it happens because, as W.B. Du Bois puts it in his great book, Black Reconstruction from 1935, the slaves took matters into their own hands. 500,000 of them fled from the South, withdrew their labor from the Confederacy, found their way to Union lines. And Lincoln's generals are going, what do we do with these people? What's our policy? And initially the policy was return them to their masters. But they refused to go back. They came in such numbers that this wasn't viable. And a few of the more radical Republican generals said, I'm not returning them. They were defying Lincoln, but they were defying Lincoln because enslaved people were forcing the issue. And ultimately, 200,000 of these self-emancipated black men find their way into the Union Army and Navy. Women serve as cooks and as spies. We often forget that the great Harriet Tubman, who had led a series of raids to free family members and then to free non-kin fugitives, was the most accomplished spy for the Union Army. Lincoln eventually provided a pass which said, Harriet Tubman can go wherever she wants, because the point is, she could provide intelligence to the Union Army that no one else could provide. So this was a movement of self-emancipation. Enslaved people forced...
Did you understand? Forced emancipation.
They ain't give us nothing.
The myth is that Lincoln freed the slaves, but Lincoln says in 1860 and 1861, it is a lie and a slander that we have any intention to abolish slavery in...
Hold on. This is out the man's mouth, his own mouth. He called it's a lioness slander that I want to let black people go.
All I'm saying is, they always talk about, you know what I was thinking about though? Like when this was playing, like my own lineage, right? So if I'm looking at my lineage, like on my dad's side, they chose to stay in the South. They wasn't part of the Great Migration, but my grandma and them, who was from like Macon, Georgia, they was a part of the Great Migration. They went from Georgia to Chicago. My dad didn't go to Chicago until like after he got out the Vietnam War, like in like the 60s or 70s or something like that, right? So but they family stayed in the South. But I was conceived in the North because, the migration to the North. It's crazy. Like, yeah, y'all gotta be up on your family history. Your history.
Both of mine did the Great Migrationes, there, boy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
From Texas, one from Kansas. One from Texas, one from Mississippi. One went straight to Kansas. One went to Minnesota. Then the other one went from Kansas to Minnesota.
Yeah, like my daddy and them is originally from Mississippi too. They just kind of moved over to Memphis, but they originally from Mississippi, and then like my grandma down there from
Greenville, boy.
Greenville, yeah.
Like Den, I think me and Den is relatives, P.
Yeah, from Greenville for sure, like for sure, like for real,
Like seriously, I think we overlap, me and Den, P. I think we're relatives, P.
Oh, for sure that. Man, we got a couple people up in here. Who up in here, man? Let me see who up in here. Who up in here? Y'all say what's up, man. We live. I'm gonna put something in the chat just so y'all know real quick. And we gonna shout y'all name out if we see who up in here. Be one to the family. You know,
in the slave colonies of the South, in the slave states of the South. This is just a lie, he says. So why does it happen? Well, it happens because
I just can't get up. Did y'all not hear that? My man said it's just a lie, fam. Abraham Lincoln said that out his own mouth, like,
He
yo,
did say that.
I'm not trying to free none of them. What is you talking about? I don't even want to. And it's an egregious, it's such a lie. Like, shut your mouth, you filthy, wretched soul. It's a lie.
Uh,
as W.E.B. Du Bois puts it in his great book, Black Reconstruction from 1935, the slaves took matters into their own hands. 500,000 of them.
Did you hear that? 500,000 rose up and said, nah, dog.
and that's why they mad, son. That's why they jealous, B. First of all, they can't believe we ain't being deported. That's blowing their minds. I don't know if they thought. I think they thought that white people, like we immigrated over here, and white people just been nice and beating up on us this whole time without sending us back, and they was just waiting for one day to just send all of us back. So that didn't happen. So they're like, wait a minute, they can't get sent back. They really from this country like that? Yeah,
Right.
fool. Yeah. Then we did this. You ain't no story in history. Is there African rebellion that we don't know about that overcame the colony? Well, South Africa is that, ain't it? Didn't South Africa come on? But see, South Africa, they overcame apartheid, but then made deals with the white people and still let them kind of rule, right?
Right.
So that don't count. That don't count.
There's only one or two countries that's never been colonized in the continent of Africa.
And what's that?
I believe one of them is Ethiopia. And I can't remember what the other one is.
Yeah, Ethiopia for sure. No, Ethiopia for sure. Yeah. No, I'm with you on that one.
And I believe there's one more. But y'all put in the comments, what's the two countries in Africa that have never been colonized? I know one of them is Ethiopia. What's the other one, y'all?
I think it's not the Sudan. I think they got slavery over there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah. Oh no, they're clowning. And that's another thing. You talk about black on black crime, and you over there with a whole civil war in multiple spots.
People cutting their whole damn wrists off and all of that.
Right.
You got some people walking around with nubs, and y'all talk about Pookie and Ray Ray.
Come on now. Fondling dondling on women's.
Well, I mean, if you even really want to get technical, okay. Guns, you know what I'm saying, gun violence, you know, the AK, the Glock, the Blammer, you know, shooting relatively is bad. But when you talk about macheteing up somebody up close with the hat and the hat with the hackety hacks, I didn't see videos where they put the tire around one's neck and set the tire on fire. You seen the tire thing?
Nah, I don't watch all of that.
Man, Africa got the tire, the black tire joint. Where they burn the tire around your neck, man, and get you gone, man. And that's what I'm saying. Like we don't have that type of barbarity if we're not as barbaric.
Yeah, that brutal.
Yeah, man.
That sounds like something that they got from their brethren, the Roman and their They're conquerors.
They're French colonizer. Yeah, well, you know about
Yeah.
Leopold. That's where they got the amputations from and all of that. Leopold is responsible for killing 4 million people.
More than Hitler.
Right.
But we
Yeah,
don't talk about him though.
no, they don't talk about him. And he was like mutilating people. That's where the mutilations come from. He the nigga that killed all the little black people that they call leprechauns. The pygmy.
Mm-hmm.
Killed them all. There's no longer any pygmies on the earth because of the one white man. And let's not talk about Australia.
Let's not
Oh
talk
man,
about them.
Australia is wiped all the way out in black. Well, I know I seen some documentaries where they got a few handful of black people, and all they do is sit around and smoke weed. So let them tell it. You know what I'm saying? They got little pipes and they smoke weed and they got the fros, and the scruffy afros and like I mean, what else you do when the white people that took over your lands and they ain't giving you no
Right,
opportunity? Like what else do you do?
right.
Like geez Louise.
Busters.
Who all up in here, man? Let me see if did we get on X? Did
We
we
are on X. I didn't get a notification, but I did see that we're definitely live.
Yeah, man, I didn't see nothing that was going on X, man. They be trying to put the future in the front end.
Yeah, no notification, but definitely I seen that we are active.
Hey, man, you real close to my motherfucking joint, man. This dude, with this park right here in this van, real close to my shit, dog. And don't let it be a company van, cause I'm falling all the way out.
Real talk.
Y'all finna see the ambulance come get the boy and everything.
All of the above.
I might even pee on myself for more dramatic.
If that gets the cheddar cheese.
Damn, I'm sorry that we didn't went live. I done ruined it now.
You know what I'm saying? For those tapping back in, we doing this video.
The myth is that Lincoln freed the slaves, but Lincoln says in 1860 and 1861, it is a lie and a slander that we have any intention to abolish slavery in the slave colonies of the South, in the slave states of the South. This is just a lie, he says. So why does it happen? Well, it happens because, as W.E.B. Du Bois puts it in his great book, Black Reconstruction from 1935, the slaves took matters into their own hands. 500,000 of them fled from the South, withdrew their labor from the Confederacy, found their way to Union lines. And Lincoln's generals are going, what do we do with these people? What's our policy? And initially the policy was return them to their masters. But they refused to go back. They came in such numbers that this wasn't viable. And a few of the more radical Republican generals said, I'm not returning them. They were defying Lincoln, but they were defying Lincoln because enslaved people were forcing the issue. And ultimately, 200,000 of these self-emancipated black men find their way into the Union Army and Navy. Women serve as cooks and as spies. We often forget that the great Harriet Tubman, who had led a series of raids to free family members and then to free non-kin fugitives, was the most accomplished spy for the Union Army. Lincoln eventually provided a pass which said, Harriet Tubman can go wherever she wants, because the point is, she could provide intelligence to the Union Army that no one else could provide. So this was a movement of self-emancipation. Enslaved people forced.
And you couldn't stop her if you wanted to. So that's why you let her do it.
The myth is that Lincoln freed.
You did say self-emancipation too.
Self.
Yeah, man, that's bootstraps pulled up.
Something
that fleeing musty tethers aren't doing when they leave and flee their country and not stand and fight and get their thing together. Matter of fact, fam, do you be watching travel documentaries?
Yeah, sometimes.
I love them. And especially, they got a travel documentary on just about every country in Africa, right? And guess what the main theme is between every last one of them? They ain't got no roads. The road they do got, when it rain, the trucks is getting stuck. The trucks that they driving, it's from way back in colonial times, and they steady fixing the no lie. Like, listen, this is not like this ain't even an exaggeration. Like I'm trying to be funny and put extra salt on it. No, every country it take you 2 days to get 60 miles. Listen, man.
Sheesh.
That's if there's no rain on the trail. That's if you don't get robbed on the trail. That's if your suspension don't break down from all the potholes. That that's with people riding on the top of the trucks on the outside in the elements. Get off because the truck got to wiggle through the potholes and get back on.
Uh,
Man, every country though, every one of them. Y'all think I'm lying? Go online to the Discovery documentaries, and you can Legos. Whoa. You name it, they got it, and they're all struggling just to even get around, fam.
man, them is from 2020, from 2014, P.
No family, no guy Richardson. These are current, up to date. Just came now to keep it fair. They do got some on Pakistan. Terrible, going through the mountains with landslides and fall over the thing thousands of miles down. Terrible. They go to the white slums too. Mumbai, all of that. Terrible. They also in the Asian slums too. Like they're fair with the slums.
I mean, we know them. I mean, that's why they leave and come over here. So we know that, you know what I'm saying?
Everywhere though. Like there's like everywhere. There's a
Yeah, that's
pocket.
why we got illegals of every persuasion that come over here and poo poo on FBA.
And if you see how some of these folks look, I'm talking about the Mumbai slums, fam.
Oh, I'm just already knowing. You got cat and dog poo poo everywhere, along with the human feces.
Well, I mean, you got Mankoko, which is like a Nigerian slum that's on the water. They got shacks on stilts in the water. It's a water slum, and they all get around on boats like a dirty Venice. It's their life. But they got some of them white slums up in the hills of Serbia.
Man, well, don't forget, almost Europe was a whole slum. France.
Yeah.
I mean, let's keep it real now. Y'all still got rats and bed bug infestations.
Oh yeah, we did do the story on that. Oh, then let's not talk about the Russian slums. Oh man. Oh man. Russia, the Chinese slum. Oh, the Chinese people live in little wire boxes. Like they'll have like one apartment, and that one apartment I have like 3 wire boxes stacked up in it, like body length long, and that's all they got.
Mm.
And they gotta put towels up over the metal wire. They got a little mattress on the metal wire. They got a little TV down there at the end of their foot, kind of like them little micro hotels that they be doing.
Mm.
They got houses like that over there, like really going down like that. Anyway, this is Jay Lava and TZ Ron Savage, man. Y'all tapped into a late night. You know what I'm talking about? Live. Just talking about that our people that survived what we have survived, and there's people all across the world that are in their situation and jealous, might I add, of us fighting out our situation. Yeah, we was proudly enslaved. Yeah, we was in slavery. Had chains, was getting whipped, and all that. But we ain't now, though. So what does that mean? We came up out that shit, cuz. What
Period.
you do? What you doing, though? What you do over in your homeland? How your homeland look?
Still in the boo boo.
Y'all still squatting down the boo-boo with the little hole
Still.
in the ground?
Still.
They still squatting down the boo-boo with the hole. I ain't got no tissue. No tissue.
You're using the 3 shells.
Old newspaper. Not to mention, they wearing all the clothes that it came from the Goodwill.
Period.
But I ain't gonna hold you. We gonna mold you, bro. Just scold you about being on code. You know, I got 4 words for you. I need you to go ahead and subscribe for the vibes, like for the spite, comment your vomit, and share if you care about getting Black empowerment everywhere. Please do that on the platforms that we is on, his owns, and just to bring it all the way his own. I got love, peace, blessings, and Maloha, because I'm out the Doha for Shoha. You already know. You got the